Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy, aka DFS Dudes, and we're here to present you our NFL Week 8 wide receiver picks. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This week I'll watch all of our NFL, NBA, and MLB videos. And if you haven't went and checked out our new website at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content such as this video, many more, and daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. And we've been on fire to start the NBA season. I actually just had a takedown tonight. Yes, your boy had a takedown with the optimizer on the NFL Monday through Thursday slate. Go check out my results on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at RotoBeast. Hey, man, things are going very well. Optimizer's on fire. Cash line's been doing very well. So how you doing out there, Jeremy?
What's up, man? Congrats on the takedown. Nice little Monday, Thursday win. Let's get into some football picks here.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm ready to go. Hey, make sure you guys go check out the site, though, dfscheatsheet.com. And, yeah, so I'm going to start it off at the running back position. I'm just going to go with the guy I feel is pretty much a no-brainer. It's going to be James Conner for the Steelers. I mean, the guy is just playing absolutely out of his mind right now. It was reported earlier that supposedly Le'Veon Bell was going to come back during the bye, etc., and it just hasn't happened. So, hey, once again, we got Conner. He's going to be the workhorse. He had two really good games before he went on the bye as well. He got at least 110 yards rushing, 4 catches, 2 touchdowns each game for 32 and 27 fantasy points. So the guy, I mean, he's playing very well. Now he gets a matchup going against the Browns. Come on, he just burned the Browns the first game of the season. He rushed 31 times for 135 yards, 2 touchdowns, also caught 5 passes for 57 yards. And that was in the first game of the season against the Browns. So I'm going to go right back to the well with Conner. And I think Conner is a great cash game play this week. Also, what I like is the Steelers are actually favored by 8 points. So, I can see them getting up and just running the ball with Conner. Like I said, 31 touches. 31 carries the very first game of the season. So that's going to be my first pick. Is going to be James Conner for Pittsburgh.
I have to tell you, man, I'm super ecstatic that you're not taking Todd Gurley this week.
He's just crazy expensive, bro. I mean, it does get to a point where you got to be like, damn, I mean, can I really pay that?
Yes, you can, and I'm going to. Rams have the best matchup this week versus the run. Todd Gurley showed week in and week out he does not need to get a full complement of touches to make value. You talk about what you need to make tournament value. You need a guy to get you 3x minimum. If you take a look at Gurley, he has given you 30 points multiple times, 35.5 against Denver, 31.3 against Seattle, 30.8 against Arizona, 31.3 against Seattle. So can Todd Gurley get you value? He got 28.6, which I'm sure you would take at 11,000 on 19 touches last week. 19 touches. This game, both implied totals are high. The over-under's high. The Rams have the highest implied total on the board. They're still missing Cooper Kupp, who's not going to play this week. It opens up opportunities for him in the passing game. 5 targets in each of his last three games, 6 in the 2 games before that. You know he's going to catch the ball out of the backfield. You know he's going to get the opportunity to run the football. The Denver game, which was a closer game, it was a game in which they were slowed down a little bit. He carries it 28 times, right? So last week he only carried it 15 times, but the game was never in doubt. The game was never in doubt. So I'm willing to pay 11,000. I think there's going to be plenty of people this week who are going to think 11,000 is too much to pay for him. Thank you. Move on. Let me take him at a lower ownership percentage this week.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think you're going to get him, pretty low owned. And I definitely understand what you're saying. He has the massive upside, best running back in the league right now. So for me, the next guy I'm going to go with is I'm going to go right back to it. It's going to be Kareem Hunt for the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody thinks about Patrick Mahomes, and Mahomes is doing everything. But quietly, Hunt is having a really good season. Chiefs, they have the second highest implied total on the slate. Kareem Hunt has got you at least minimum 15 fantasy points in 5 straight games. So he's showing you, the massive floor. what you really want to see. In the last 2 games, he's been getting a lot of catches as well. The past 2 games, he has 10 catches for 160 yards and 3 touchdowns. So not only is he being the workhorse, with the carries, but he's also getting a lot of carries out the backfield. And he's getting a lot of looks in the passing game as well as most of the carries for the Kansas City Chiefs. And then he's getting a matchup against Denver. He just was in this matchup a couple weeks ago, and he absolutely crushed. He went off for 19 carries for 121 yards and a touchdown, 3 catches for 54 yards for 25 fantasy points. If you're going to tell me he's going to get 25 fantasy points again at an 8.1 price tag, I would be all in. So I love Kareem Hunt this week going against Denver. Denver, they have a decent defense, but they really struggle against the run. So Kareem Hunt's going to be my next pick on the slate.
So the Cardinals gave up more than sacks. They gave up touchdowns. They gave up sacks. They gave up all kinds of stuff. But they fired the offensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator. I believe, if I read that correctly this week, is Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich. Old Byron making his debut as an offensive coordinator here. So they've made news this week saying that they're going to get David Johnson more involved in the offense. They tried to get him more involved in the offense by putting him out in the slot. I think they're going to use him as a receiver because the receiving core is so limited a little bit. You're going to get multi-opportunities for him to touch the football this week against the 49ers, who they're not a top defense. I mean, the Cardinals' only win was against the 49ers. So, I'm looking for David Johnson this week at 7,300. I think he's too cheap for the type of player he is. I know that offensive line is, not the best offensive line in football. They've got more injuries than any team should go through. I'm going to give a shout-out to my boy Daniel Munyer, who's on that offensive line that I coached back in the day. I think that offensive line finds a way to get David Johnson involved. New offensive coordinator breathes some life into this offense. I think he's too cheap, 7,300. I'm going to go with David Johnson, my second pick.
Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. Like you said, I actually read the same report. They're saying they got to get the guy more involved. We've seen, the back that he was 2 years ago. So I like it. I definitely like the pick. He does have some upside. So I'm going to go with my final pick. It's going to be Mixon for the Bengals. Mixon, he's a guy that, he's the workhorse. It's been like that. I understand the past couple of games he hasn't necessarily got the carries that we wanted, but he made up for it in the targets. So the past 2 weeks he had the lowest rushing attempt, 24 combined, but he's also had 12 targets in that span. So to me, it just seems like they've been chasing a little bit. They've been having to throw the ball a little bit more. But now this week they get a matchup against Tampa Bay. I expect Cincinnati to dominate in this matchup. Tampa Bay D sucks. We just seen what Chubb did against him last week, and I definitely think Joe Mixon is a much more talented running back than Chubb's. Cincinnati's favored in this game. They can get up in this game and they can run the ball. They have a running back in Mixon that can run the ball 20 times, kind of shorten the game up a little bit. And, Mixon, he's been getting the targets. He's got at least 4 targets in every game this season, but 1. So, Gio Bernard looking like he's going to be out again. I think Mixon is going to be my final pick at running back this week.
I believe the news I just saw was Bernard's not playing.
Okay. Yeah, see, I read that it was highly unlikely. He missed 2 straight practices or whatever. But yeah, no, thanks for confirming that.
Go back to our news feed, but I'm pretty sure they said he's out. He's not playing. Anyway, a guy I really like. I liked him a lot when they played the Cowboys, and I picked him. That's Chris Carson for Seattle. $6,300. There's a few ways you could go. There's a couple of really good options down here at this $5,500 to $6,000 range this week. Chris Carson, I think, is the best one at that price point. Going against the Detroit Lions, we've seen week in and week out how bad that defensive line is for Detroit. It's just not a very good defensive line. Seattle has been improved in the running game since they found Carson. You look back to the Dallas game where they gave him 32 carries and he got 102 yards. Followed up against the Rams in a game that was close for a while where he got 19 carries in that one and then 14 carries against the Raiders. So you have to start looking. There's not a lot of running backs in the NFL right now that are getting a lot of carries. 14 kind of seems to be like maybe that's the median amount of carries is 14 for you looking at guys who were in the $8,000 range who 14 carries is a lot of carries. We talked about this last week. It's hard to find a running back who's getting 100 yards these days. So you really have to look at where you're going to go. They have made a commitment to Chris Carson. I think he's a really good, almost a pump play for your running back number 2 this week, and a guy in a really good spot you could pay down for at that running back number 2 spot.
Yeah, no, I definitely like the play. They're definitely starting to get the guy the ball. They feel comfortable with them. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's about all we got for our running back picks this week. You got anything else to say? Or are you ready to get out of here?
No, we'll be back for NBA.
Hey, we'll be back for NBA tonight. You know, if you haven't already, go check out the website, dfscheatsheet.com. Please make sure and take that quick second, click the like button for me down below on this video as well. And we'll talk to you guys later. Good luck in week 8. Peace out.